The conclusion of the sire profile of One Dashing Eagle on StallionEsearch.com. To catch up for the conclusion on the profile for the sire One Dashing Eagle, we have covered the multiple Grade 1 wins of One Dashing Eagle in the Grade 1 Ed Burke Million Futurity at Los Alamitos, the epic win in the Grade 1 All-American Futurity at Ruidoso, and then back to California at Los Al for the win in the Grade 1 Golden State Million Futurity before year-ending honors of being named AQHA World Champion as a 2-year-old, and a surprise announcement of being retired as the highest-earning 2-year-old in AQHA history, to being named as one of the newest additions of the already staggering roster of big-name stallions standing at Lazy E. And from the first couple of crops that have gone to the track of One Dashing Eagle, appeared a gelding that would make a run at quarter horse racing immortality in the Ruidoso Triple Crown.
Early on, we heard about this horse. He was nothing could get close to him. He goes to Retama for schooling races, airs them out there, comes here, same thing, and then. This horse is a racehorse. He's a serious racehorse. And not only that, he is one of the biggest, grandest looking horses you can imagine. He is a man among boys.
On March 18th of 2017, the son of One Dashing Eagle, Eagle Jazz, stormed onto the scene with a win at first asking in a maiden race at Remington Park. It was apparent early on by his connections that they were dealt with an ultra-talented One Dashing Eagle baby. His next competitive entry was in the trials of the Remington Park Futurity on April 8th. Eagle Jazz ran right by a rival in deep stretch at Remington to qualify into the field of his first Futurity of the year in a time of 17.044 for the distance of 330 yards. Eagle Jazz was next bound for the finals of the rich Remington Park, Oklahoma bred Futurity on April 22nd of 2017.
From the Remington Park Futurity. Good start for He's Our Prize to the inside. Levencedor right there. Eagle Jazz comes away third. Trying to come on from the outside is DFAJ Green leads. Levencedor gives way now to He's Our Prize. Eagle Jazz with one more push between them. Here comes He's Our Prize and Eagle Jazz.
At the wire, Eagle Jazz was a near miss for the win in the Remington Park Futurity. His only loss he would endure in his 2-year-old season, we would soon learn. Little did the connections know, but the 2-year-old One Dashing Eagle gelding would catapult into stardom with only a change of scenery. The son of One Dashing Eagle would soon contest the Ruidoso Futurity trials on May 27th at Ruidoso in his next start.
Running. Eagle Jazz came away fast and dropped to the inside, and between them is Foos Jr. And then we go back to Corona Finale. Eagle Jazz, Foos Jr., then Druff, and Corona Finale. Eagle Jazz wins by almost 2.
Eagle Jazz decisively puts away the field in his trial heat to post the fastest time in the Ruidoso trials going into the finals. It was his second Futurity qualification in his second attempt. He would go postward as the favorite in the first leg of the Ruidoso Triple Crown.
They're running in the Ruidoso Futurity. Aero Podium came away fast. Inside of that is Eagle Jazz. Then this is a DL2. Then to the outside of them, Uptown Dynasty. Far side, GE Fire. Eagle Jazz is in front. Eagle Jazz from Uptown Dynasty. Uptown Dynasty outside. Eagle Jazz inside. A photo for the win in the Ruidoso Futurity.
At the wire, it was simply too close to call. Eagle Jazz hit the wire simultaneously with Uptown Dynasty. The photo finish showed a dead heat in the Grade 1 Ruidoso Futurity, a rarity in the Grade 1 Futurities across the board, but certainly even more rare in the Triple Crown races at Ruidoso. The 2-year-old One Dashing Eagle gelding topped the 2-year-old rankings at the time and came out of the Ruidoso Futurity poised and ready to contest the Rainbow Futurity trials on July the 7th.
Then we have Sriracha. Fire and Sass is a long way back, and Eagle Jazz is opening up the throttle and opening up fast. Eagle Jazz, Sriracha battling away with Volcom's Fortune for second, but Eagle Jazz was long gone.
Another strong and amazing performance from Eagle Jazz as he posted the fastest qualifying time going into the second leg of the Ruidoso Triple Crown, the Rainbow Futurity, as well as it being a rematch with Uptown Dynasty, who he finished in a dead heat in the Ruidoso Futurity finals just weeks ago.
Uptown Dynasty, Eagle Jazz in a throwdown, trying to catch him Starfield in the painted white wagon. But Eagle Jazz is beginning to open up. Eagle Jazz gonna win the Rainbow Futurity.
And Eagle Jazz had done it, capturing both the first and the second leg of the Triple Crown at Ruidoso. Only 4 horses since 1951 have won both the first and the second legs of the Triple Crown, and now Eagle Jazz had become the 5th in AQHA history. He had earned over $900,000 for his connections up to this point, with yet the final leg of the Triple Crown awaiting his chance to qualify. It was his chance to step in elite company of rarefied air that only one other quarter horse in history had ever done by winning the Triple Crown. Eagle Jazz would also bring even more prominence to the rising star of his father, One Dashing Eagle, producing a Triple Crown hopeful in only his second crop to race. The racing world was abuzz. The breathless anticipation of Eagle Jazz trying to attempt to qualify into the All-American Futurity was one of the top stories in the last decade. Eagle Jazz was front page news in the quarter horse racing world.
I mean, he's very dominant. You know, he wins the first 2 and looks like he's going to be the Triple Crown winner. I mean, it's been so long since we've had a Triple Crown winner. It just didn't look like it could happen in this day and age. And so, but after the Rainbow and that dominant performance again in the trials and the finals, there's some believers, you know. They're starting to think, you know what? I better be there. I better be there because it could happen. This could be the one.
Certainly was one of those believers in Eagle Jazz. I see a lot of Futurity finals just because of the line of work that I'm in, and I get to travel quite a bit, but I rarely go to trials on any level, but certainly was not going to miss these trials. The chance of Eagle Jazz doing something that has only been done one time in our quarter horse racing history certainly was going to be a part of that. I was going to be there to say that I saw that happen, and I was there in the grandstand.
Eagle Jazz scrambled just a little at the start, but it is fast. And Eagle Jazz is taking command, asserting himself. He's got the lead. Eagle Jazz down at the rail, the Flash Force. Center of the track, runs Captain Invisible Cartel. Then BP Southern Hero, Eagle Jazz racing to qualify. Eagle Jazz destroying them. Eagle Jazz in a rough in a photo between Invisible Cartel and the Flash Force.
The bump was 21.902 seconds, held by his stablemate Fly Baby Fly to get into the All-American Futurity field. His time of 21.95 seconds did not make the field.
The gasp that came from the crowd when they hung that time up was amazing. But in no way did anyone that I talked to feel like that horse didn't vindicate himself. Just the conditions kept him from his final act of the year.
And when they posted the number that he didn't make it into the field of the All-American Futurity, my heart just sank. I mean, he wins by 4.5 lengths and still doesn't make it into the field of the All-American Futurity. Just goes to show Ruidoso is really the graveyard of quarter horse racing champions. They come to Ruidoso, and it's not only about the best horses getting in the field. You have to have that racing luck. The racing gods are alive and well at Ruidoso, and they really show their power on All-American Futurity Trial Day. Eagle Jazz has really put One Dashing Eagle to the forefront of some of the top sires in the country. When you discuss who's hot, you have to say One Dashing Eagle is one of those hot sires, and obviously it's because of what Eagle Jazz has accomplished in this last year.
That All-American Futurity Trial, to me, was the race of the year. There was no race that equaled that performance all year long. It made chills run down your back if you were there. I mean, it was just an amazing athletic performance by a real athlete. So, you've got a stallion that we've seen a lot of stallions over the years that their second crop comes up with that star. One great runner is a tremendous boost to any horse. But this horse here, he's off the scale. I mean, he is truly off the scale. He's the real deal.
You can watch every episode of the One Dashing Eagle profile on StallionEsearch.com as well as Facebook.